Here in the grounds of Ag in Motion 2025, I'm with Garth Massey, who's Canadian Sales and Marketing Manager for Morris. And on the site here, on the display, something very new and very interesting. Garth, tell me about it.
Okay, thanks for popping by, Scott. So this year at the show, we're introducing a new, larger model. Last year, of course, the 10 Series was a really big deal for our company, but we're adding to the model. So there's a need for these larger capacity air carts, and it's all geared around productivity and you know, getting more acres per day in and helping farmers get through that crunch of that 30-day seeding window and getting their crop in on time as these farms expand.
So this is the biggest cart you've offered to the market, and it's got some new features. Tell me about those.
Well, of course, when you go larger, there's a number of considerations. The frame is actually carryover. It was overbuilt, so we knew that we could carry the weight, and so what we did is we actually increased the height of the tanks to accommodate that. So that's the big thing that you fit. It definitely looks taller. It looks like a big machine.
It looks big, yeah.
But as soon as you go bigger, a number of things have to change as well. So we've gone to larger capacity tires.
Right.
So we need to be cognizant of soil-based compaction that impacts emergence. So we've got larger tires to keep our inflation pressures below 20 psi. So the back tires are 19 and the front duals are
duals on both axles.
Yeah, so the front axle had to be beefed up, and it's a little bit wider to accommodate the turning radius of the dual tires. Right. Heavier hubs, of course, to carry the weight. And one of the things that probably would escape a lot of people's notice is more weight. There's more of a need for improved stopping power. So our braking system is now a dual caliper brake, and I think we're the only ones that are doing that, but we're doing that for a reason. Scott, when this is full, it's 150,000 pounds.
Yeah.
And so they're wired into the tractor brakes, because that'd be your first reaction, is to tap your tractor brakes when you're in trouble. Yeah. But there's also a handheld as well that will just apply the brakes.
Kind of like a highway tractor truck. You can activate your brakes without the tractor brake. Yeah.
Yes.
So you've also got a new hose arrangement.
Yeah, so what's nice about the new axle, it's a little bit broader. We're able to keep the slope angle of the hoses that have to go up over the axle. Okay. It's much smoother, so you don't lose capacity by having to do vertical lifts on these hoses. And we've also able to keep the hoses a bit shorter by having a hose holder that actually turns with the axle.
Right, to avoid that pinching on sharp turns.
Because normally what you have to have some extra hose when you turn this direction. You know, that hose will get extended, but there'll be droop on it when you turn the other way. So this allows us just to really optimize our hosing and keep as smooth a flow as possible.
And that kind of helps in minimizing plugging as well, too, I would imagine.
100%, yeah. Deliver the capacity. Nobody wants the problems of plugging, absolutely. No. So that's a killer. And then, so we've added a step onto the optimizer tank.
Okay.
And because it was quite a high step, it was above your waist to try and get into the ladder on the inside of the tank. So there's a step up that makes it a lot nicer for the users. Yeah. And we've introduced a funnel that it actually just mounts onto the handrails, and then it'll just pivot into position, and it's displayed on this cart here too. So, and that's for when farmers are using the conveyors to fill the optimizer tank with canola seed or other stuff. Right. Just makes it a little bit easier to position, and the funnel raises that tank to the same level as the other 3 tanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's a 4-tank cart, right?
Yeah, 4-tank cart, and up to 10 different primaries. So so lots of capacity and lots of ability to, you know, that's one of the little tricks we use to optimize capacity, as well as maximizing primaries. When you think about it, you're carrying less product in each primary hose, so that helps tease out a little bit more capacity.
Right, and it's available for 2026 season?
Absolutely, no restrictions on this. It's a full release.